Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to yet another episode of Maisha Africa. I'm your girl Shiko, and for those who are new here, thank you so much for joining in. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please watch my previous videos, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button so that you get updated all the time when I'm posting. And for those who have subscribed and shared and watched and commented, thank you so much for the support. As always, I'm grateful. Karibuni sana. Your girl, Shiko. So today's episode, I want to talk about why I thought of Maisha Africa Real Talk. What is it about? And the topic also for today will be teen parenting, because this is something that's very close to my heart. So I hope you guys enjoy the episode. I hope you can relate, and if you know someone who can relate to this video, please share with them. I will appreciate. So yeah, Maisha Africa Real Talk. Maisha Africa Real Talk started as an idea in 2019. There, I no, actually 2014. What am I saying? 2014. And because I was like, Nikki was born in 2009, and so yeah, I was confusing a bit. Anyway, it started in 2014. Sorry, 2014, and it's something that I thought of when I was raising Nikki, because I was a teen mom. I got Nikki at the age of 15, 16. And when I got her, like, to be honest, I wasn't like that kind of girl who would be around boys all the time or like dating different guys all the time. My knowledge when it came to sex and boys was very vague. I feel like I was just like naive throughout. And so when I got pregnant, it was kind of like a shock. And so when that happened, giving birth, blah, blah, I mean, like the whole process after was so intense and so like emotionally heavy for a 16-year-old. I didn't know a lot of things. I didn't know a lot of things even before I had sex. And so I do hope, like, when I'm sharing all this stuff, this can be a conversation that can be had by both parents and both children. And so that we can just know, like, where we go wrong with communication. Because, like, for me, when I got my period, I always tell my family, like, when I got my period, I was 11, and I remember that day coming out of the bathroom, and I was like scared because I didn't know what was happening and I was bleeding. So my mom was around that time, and so I told her, yo, this is what's happening, like, what does this mean? And so she said, this is something that will be coming every month. This is how you wear your pad, blah blah blah. And she also mentioned that for our family, women experience it for 7 days, and so it might also happen the same way. And yeah, and if I feel any pain, I just take painkillers. And that was that. But can you imagine there's like a whole deeper conversation to do with periods than just wearing pads and having pains and taking painkillers? Like, that's when she should have started telling me about boys and about my physical body and about getting pregnant. But I guess we didn't have that kind of communication. And sorry, being raised by my grandmother, she was not gonna tell me those things. My grandma, in fact, how she just told me, like, stay away from boys. I don't want to see you with boys. Concentrate on school. And every time she would see me say hi to a boy, she was like, where do you find time to have friends who are boys, you know? And so it was just always like a conversation that was juju, you know, just there, just floating. So I went to boarding school not knowing anything about sex, about boys, about my body. Like, I just knew about my periods, and I felt like, oof, I've grown up. But I wish my folks gave me more intel about what's gonna be happening, what I'm going to be experiencing. But I can't really blame my shosho for not being open about that stuff, because I don't know how they were raised, and probably even their folks were more harsh than they were to us. But I do want Maisha Africa Real Talk to be like an open space for young guys and folks, older folks, so that we can have better communication. I feel like if we communicate properly, then things might actually be easier for our children in the future. Yeah, and being a teen mom was not the easiest thing. It was the hardest thing I think any teenager can experience. It's not fun. I was depressed. And now I know that I was depressed. I was like literally depressed. Every time the baby used to cry at night, I would also be crying. I wouldn't even pick her up. And I was also expected to be like this perfect parent, knowing everything, being involved, and having to accept that I'm a teen mom. And so, if I can help anyone avoid like going through those kind of things, why not? And if I can make a parent see sense, like maybe talking about your children about this stuff is important than expecting them to know, or having them find out later in the future and then you say they disappointed you. How can we disappoint you as children if you don't tell us what we're supposed to be doing or where we're going wrong? Sex is a very important topic. It's very, very important, especially now that we have children who are on social media, they're on YouTube, they're famous, do what? They have gadgets at home. It's very important to be open. Like right now, we don't have even time to hide stuff. We need to be on it. And so I feel like being a teen mom opened me up a lot. It matured me faster. It helped me understand life in a different sense. It made me appreciate the short teenagehood life I had. You don't want to cut yours short. Please, please don't go rushing into sex thinking that, oh my gosh, like I know everything. Yeah, I'm so cute, I'm so fly. Or you're a nigga, you think, oh, I mean, you think you can handle it, but you can't. You can't. And you don't want to be in that place where you say, I wish. And so, parents, like for the parents who are watching, be open. Men, dads, like let's talk to our children about this stuff. Go talk to your boys. Tell them, yeah, there's a girl who's gonna have a crush on you. One day you're gonna want to kiss a girl. One day you're gonna want to have sex. This is what's gonna happen if you don't do it the right way. We can't stop children from doing stuff. We can't stop them from being, I mean, we can control some stuff when they're in our presence, but we can't be with them all the time. And so there needs to be like a foundation. And that foundation starts with us, parents, being open, kabisa, and sharing our experiences so that even them, they're able to be open with us and be like, yeah, dad, I can relate. Oh, yeah, mom, for real, this is what's happening. As parents, if you practice this kind of openness, I guarantee you, like your children will be so open with you. They'll be able to tell you stuff that, I mean, they were scared to tell you, that you were scared to tell your own parents. And communication will be better. You'll have created like a better foundation for them, because now when they go out there, they'll remember what you told them. And it can't be a one-time thing. It needs to be a constant conversation, because now at 11, okay, you've started your period. At 13, you have maybe your first crush. At 14, you think you have your first boyfriend. You date for like a month, you break up. And so all those are progressing stages. And so we need to be involved with our children as much as possible, as we are when they're young. Because when they're young, you want to be there for them and blah, blah, blah. But when they're growing up, why do you feel like they can take care of themselves and they're not yet there? And so I encourage you, mothers and dads and guardians and older sisters and older brothers, like, talk. Tuongee, let's talk. Let's converse. Let's ask questions. Let's not be embarrassed. Let's not judge as folks, as parents. let's listen to our children, let's understand where they're coming from, and know that even us, we were there before, and that when we do this, it will create such an amazing foundation for them when they go out there. Because there's so many things, honestly, parents don't talk to us about. Even right now, my parents can't talk to me about contraceptives. Like, when I got pregnant, let me open up a bit. My last pregnancy with a half, yeah, it was a surprise, but I didn't tell anyone for a while. And when I did, do you know what my grandmother said? She was like, Shiko, kwani amjajua venye mteza kujipanga. And you see, she couldn't tell me, like, you don't know what you're going to do or use as a contraceptive. Like, it couldn't just be a direct question. And so I just feel like we need to talk openly, we need to tell each other stuff, we need to say it as it is. Don't be afraid to say something. Actually, the reason why we're afraid to say some things is because of being judged. And our parents, that's the first thing they do. We don't want to disappoint them. But then these are natural things that are happening. So how can it be disappointing, And even them, they experience some of these feelings in their age. Even me, I experience some of these feelings, like sexual feelings or like falling in love. If I wasn't with Jay, I'd probably be still trying to find someone. And so I'm just excited that I've started this open space, and that the conversations I have coming ahead will be like conversations that will make people want to talk more. You'll go back home and be like, yo, mom, I want to be honest with you and tell you something. Or your mom will hear this and come and tell you, how are you doing? What's going on? Not just about school and learning. Those are not the important things in life only. At you studying and getting grade A and becoming a lawyer, or, getting this office job. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, you and your dreams. But let me tell you, when reality hits, it does not, it goes harm and it hits hard. And so we need to be prepared. We need to prepare our children about so many things, not just about sex. But this is the beginning. You need to know yourself first. And if you know and understand yourself, and if you know, like, when I have periods, this is what it means. Or when you're with your boyfriend and they understand about safe window and like stuff like that, stuff like that, then it won't be like they're walking into something with a naive mindset. They'll have knowledge, and these are things that also are not talked about in school. Like, yeah, you'll have those sex talks and one of those forums that happen in school, like once or twice a year, but that's it. But this needs to be a constant conversation, like the math you teach every day. And I'm so glad I experienced what I experienced. 12 years later, my daughter is so amazing. She's so beautiful. She's grown. I'm glad that I was able to be there for that journey, and that I never gave up on myself and never gave up on her. It wasn't her fault that I got her at an early age. I should take care of the consequences that fell upon me. And so if I can help you or help anyone avoid having to get to that stage, or having to get to that stage of regret rather, then that would be dope. I hope that this conversation sparks up an engagement in the comment section so that we can just talk more. And I do hope to work with a lot of youth empowerment organizations, because I want to be able to talk more to young people and tell them, like, life is like this out here. Sex is fun. Sex is meant to be between, people who understand what they are doing, not just people who are naive, and so, but most people do it just I mean, tumefika your stage, so we're doing it without the knowledge, and it sucks because the government insists that children should go to school so much, but the shit they teach them in school is so irrelevant. I'm just like, when are we gonna open up and be like this kind of nation that is ready to change, the future and the futures of our children? When are we gonna be open about sex? When are we gonna tell our children that this and this is not right? When are we gonna say, as parents, we should communicate better? When are we going to admit that, yeah, as parents, we do go wrong in communication? Those are the kind of questions that we should ask ourselves. And me, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like, even me, I'm trying. Because Nikki is growing and I have to learn how to read her and, like, understand her and stuff like that. And so it's going to be a process. And me, I'm sharing as I do it. But I've lived that teen mom life, and we need to prepare our children. We need to be open. We need to communicate. We need to talk. And so with that, man, I leave you guys. Hope you have an amazing, amazing week. Be blessed, filled with abundance, and whole and healthy, safe and secure, and wealthy always. Remember that everything we do have a choice to make. And whatever choice we decide, then we should be ready for the consequences. If you decide not to talk about, stuff with your children, then don't expect them to know, you'll expect them to find out their own way. And I just hope that we see the bigger picture before it gets there, before it hits us. Hope you guys enjoy the conversation. Soon, I'm gonna be having guys join me in my convos, in my open space. And if you guys want me to talk about something, please let me know. Subscribe to my channel. Like, share, comment, say what you wanna say, talk, communicate. And hope to see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching till the end. It's your girl Shiko signing out. Peace.